Hey everyone, I wanted to get on here today to talk a little bit about learning from nature and specifically plants. So as we go through this journey, we're going to see a lot of, similar imagery of humans and plants, animals and plants. Everything can be mirrored to plants and learning, from how a plant grows and how a plant operates in this system. And you can learn a lot of things about, energy transference and different, aspects, spiritual aspects, mental aspects, and even physical aspects of this reality through how plants, interact with the world around them. Because plants are a special thing because they are in one place. They're in this system in a single place. Now, their seeds can be planted somewhere else. Their seeds can fly away and create life somewhere else. And even in that, we can learn, that even though we're in one spot, our ideas are seeds. Our words are seeds, that can be planted somewhere else. They can give life and give a spark of, creation somewhere else. As you're looking around, like I even have all these trees and everything around me here, on my property. You can see that, this luscious green, and that, vibrant vitality that comes out of a tree. But then there's those times where you can see that a plant, like if you look at, when it's about to be winter time, I was staying up in Maine for a while, and I also lived in Alaska for a while, and I saw it out there, to an extreme level. But when you start to look at the plants as they're going into a winter season, you see, oh, the plants are dying. It's not even that they're dying. The plants are wilting and they're shrinking up. And you really start to observe and see what the plants are doing. You're like, they're not dying. They're not wilting. They are conserving their energy. They are harnessing it to their core. They're putting it, into safety to where once it's time for them to be able to thrive again, then they can sprout and grow again. And that's the same thing with us. There's times where we might need to harness our energy, pull it in, and really conserve it. Harness it in order to, build it up and protect it for what we're going to move and do next. And you have to understand that that's something that plants do naturally. That's something that plants do all the time. And you can learn that from them. And even when you're looking at grass, because, a lot of people like to talk about trees and all this. But if you look at grass, and when grass is what they say dying, and it's all orange and yellow, and it looks like it's just a patch of dead grass. But if you truly observe it, and if you're able to actually see it energetically, you can start to see how the energy has actually condensed into its roots. It's condensed into the earth. It might not even be in that physical grass anymore. It's right there, that energy, so that once the right conditions come about again, now it's growing, or even it's transferring its energy to the plants that are around it. That's why they say, certain trees, they start growing taller and they're competing for that solar energy. They're competing for the nutrients in the ground. They're competing for all that. Well, they also understand that, energy is never lost. It's only transferred. So even though that part of themselves is gone, they are now part of the next tree. They're part of the next plant next to them. And they're able to make those sacrifices in order to continue the energy, continue the knowledge, continue the frequency, energy, and vibration of that plant, of that grass, of whatever it is, the flower. But with plants, you can see how they grow in order to get the different energy. They push themselves in a way that perfectly makes sure that they are optimizing how they get their energy. They're using their energy in the best way in order to get things. And if you see how plants communicate with the elements around them, like even right now, how it's really windy out here, and and the trees are swaying, the leaves are swaying, but as that's happening, it's stripping off different things off the plants. It's stripping off different things off the leaves. It's able to push different bugs and different stuff that, might be harmful to the plant away. It's able to actually interact with the different elements in order to push itself to the next level and learn more about itself. You can learn so much from plants. Like, you see how the bark on the tree, you talk about wanting to keep ourselves protected, that protects the tree from all different elements, and not only does it protect them from the elements, it helps them to absorb the elements. It helps them to, actually interact with the elements more and in a more direct manner. Now it's keeping the core of themselves, safe. It's keeping the core of themselves, more protected from the elements, but it's still interacting with those elements because, with shielding and with protecting yourself out here in this system and learning what's going on around you, you're still going to want to interact. You're still going to have to interact with the different elements around you. You're going to have to interact with the different beings, the different energy, the different frequency that is around you. But your core, in the inside of yourself, you're able to keep that protected. You're able to keep that safe. You're able to continue growing and doing the things that you need to be doing while you are still interacting with everything that's going on around you. So take some time, because that's just a little bit. I can go into this for a long time about plants and how plants mirror a lot of things and a lot of energy that we as human beings and spiritual beings out here. I say spiritual beings because it's not just humans, animals as well, insects, whatever you want to call them, fungi, there's all the different beings. That's why I just put it together. All the different beings have a lot of similarities because we are all beings in this system. We are all having to interact in this system. It's just how we interact is different. Our perspective on what we're doing is different because we're able to do different things. But that doesn't mean that we're limited to those things. So take some time and actually go out in nature and look at the plants around you. Look at the nature around you. And hey, you might find something out.